Hello and welcome to ADSR ASMR. Today we're going to be making another patch on the Microkorg with the help of the BCR 2000. Now this is another patch that I designed myself, and it sounds something like this. So as you could hear, there's a lot going on in there. So why don't we dive right in? First things first, we need to initialize our patch. So hold Shift and 3, and press 3 again. There you go. Start off by just turning our noise and oscillators down. And we'll start with oscillator 1. And we're going to want to choose sine wave. And let's just slowly bring that up. And we're just going to bring that right away to 109. That's pretty. All right, for oscillator 2, we are going to bring in triangle. And we're going to bring up that all the way to 127. All right, for oscillator 1, I'm going to mess around with the cross mod here. I'm going to tune this to 28. And actually, let's just turn down oscillator 2 so we could hear exactly what's going on with oscillator 1. So here's that at 0. And we'll bring it up to 28. And we're going to want to have our cross mod affected by our LFO. So it's this control. So we're going to bring that up to 14. And while we're at it, why don't we come over to LFO1 and set that up right now. So going to want that to be on saw wave. Dial that over to saw. So you could hear it gradually fades away and then quickly comes back. And we're just going to turn that LFO frequency up to 68. All right, let's bring oscillator 2 back up. Now for oscillator 2, we're going to want to set that to both the semitone, keep those at 0. Okay, so now we'll come over to our amp filter, and we're going to set quick attack, set that to 0, have a decay 102, and our sustain at 61. And set our release to 77. So as you can hear, when we hold a note, it comes on quickly, slowly decays to a lower level, and when we release it, it takes a second to go silent. All right, let's come over to our filter section. Now we're going to want a 12 dB low pass filter, and just gonna have to dial that in over here. Filter type. Okay, so you see it's already on there, but cycle through there. So we're gonna carve out a lot of those high frequencies by turning our cutoff down to 39. As you can see, it's already starting to resemble our final patch. We're just going to shift this an octave down, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we'll set our resonance now to 55. Set our keyboard tracking to -25. So as you can hear, higher up we go, the more the filter affects it. Go down lower. Got more of those frequencies coming through. And we're going to just, the filter envelope intensity, put that to -29. And now we'll come over to our filter envelope and set that. So we're going to have a little gradual attack at 46. And turn decay up to 72. Turn our sustain down to 2 and our release down to 0. So the one other thing we want to do here is come to LFO 1 and just set the key sync to off. LFO 2, set the key sync to voice. Right, that's the basic sound. Now we're going to get some more complex stuff going on by making some patches here. So, go to patch 1, and go to patch 1 on here too, so we can see what we're doing. We're going to set our source to LFO 2. Okay. And our destination is going to go to the amp. So now we have LFO2 affecting the amplitude of the sound, and we're just going to set the intensity of that to +37. As you can hear, as we turn up LFO2, have it affecting the amplitude of the sound. So let's set LFO2 to triangle. And we're just going to dial the frequency into 66. So we'll start at 0, dial it up to 66, and you can hear how it changes. Whoop. I just the wrong thing, touching LFO1. Alright, so now we're going to turn the frequency of LFO2 down. We're going to set LFO2 to saw. And we're going to bring the frequency up to 66. Alright, let's go to patch 2. The source of this is going to be modulation wheel. Alright. Destination will be LFO2 frequency. And the amount will be positive 15. Okay, so before we go any further, we're just going to come into pitch setting, and we're just going to turn the vibrato to 0. That way the modulation wheel doesn't create any vibrato effect. Instead, modulation wheel is controlling the frequency of LFO2. So you could hear we had going on with LFO2, and if we gradually turn this up, okay, so we'll come to patch 3. And we're actually going to select the source as modulation wheel again. That's what's nice about this, is you can have sources affecting multiple destinations. Or the opposite, you could have one destination affected by multiple sources. So setting our destination to the cutoff, and the intensity to positive 63. So now you can hear, as we're adjusting the mod wheel, not only is it causing LFO2 to increase, and thus causing the effect on the amplitude to increase, it's also going to open up that filter cutoff. You could hear that tiny bit of resonance in there. as we sweep the filter. And come over to patch number 4. Now we're actually going to set the source as the pitch wheel, or pitch bend. And as you can hear right now, we just now we're going to set the destination to control oscillator 2. And set the amount to positive 39. And as you'll be able to hear, it's a really crazy effect there. Lastly, we're going to come to delay. And first, select stereo delay. And set delay time to 36. And set the depth to 42.